A journey that took an alternative yet passionate path. Neda Sarafi has dedicated years of her life in the HR field, with a drive now to teach others and push them towards their goals as a freelance HR trainer and consultant.
Thank you for having me today. My name is Neda Sarafi. I hope whatever I'm going to say today will be of use to all of you. I'm a freelancer. I give advices for individuals, job seekers and employees, as well as companies when it comes to policies and procedures, hiring and training. A little bit of a background about myself. I was an HR manager for 16 years, mainly in startup companies, and all this experience has given me the background I need for whatever I'm doing right now. I have a diploma in electronic engineering. Why I chose this major is because everyone was saying that electronic engineering was the future and you'll get so many job opportunities. So I went ahead and I majored in it. Towards the end of my diploma, I had one subject, which was management. I took it and then I fell in love with management. I felt it was me. That's what I actually wanted to do. So after I completed my diploma, I switched majors and I took a bachelor degree in management and marketing, and it was the best decision I have ever taken. I completed my MBA while I was working in a semi-government organization for 3 years. My MBA was in project management. I have done my MBA while I was working at Bahrain Convention and Exhibition Bureau. So it was very much related to whatever work I was working back then. It took me 2 years, and the results were very interesting. They were about the productivity over there and how we managed to hire more people in that area. HR in general has been changed a lot. Before, whenever you want to attract an employee, the way you attract him is by offering a good salary, a good working environment, and that was all. That's all you can give to an employee. Nowadays, it's different. If a company wants to attract an employee, it has to go beyond that. It has to focus on training and on developing the employee. It has to focus on what that company is giving back to the community, to the society. Any employee wants to join a company, wants to know that this company is giving a lot back to the society, and it's not only concerned about the profit, but concerned about the overall good in the world. The obstacles I'm facing nowadays are 3 actually. That I wouldn't call them obstacles, let's say they are challenges. First of all, speaking in front of a camera. The first time I have ever done a movie, it was a disaster. I have to do at least 30 takes. I was in tears actually, so now I'm more comfortable with the camera. Am I 100% comfortable? No, it's a work in progress basically. The second thing is I'm not a tech savvy, so it took me some time. Whenever I make a video, I have to edit it and add some things here and there, so I had to watch so many YouTube to know how to do that, and still again, I'm working on it. The third one is to take an information and simplify it enough for everybody to understand, especially tips when it comes to interview tips or what have you. So these are the 3 main obstacles. COVID affected all of us all around the world. Actually, it was called the biggest work from home experience that is all around the world and not just in one place. There are so many surveys has been done globally about COVID, and it was there was one of the surveys done for 3,000 employees all around the world, and it was said that 75% of these employees would rather work from home. They're happy working from home. Another 79% of employees say that they would like to do it at least 2 days a week moving forward. When it comes to HR and COVID, I can tell you that it has a big effect on HR. HR is a very rigid system. They work strictly with policies and procedure, and they always like to stick to policies and procedures. With whatever is happening in 2020, this is becoming a challenge. So you can see HR being more flexible nowadays, They wouldn't focus, the idea of productivity is not how many hours you spend at the office, but what kind of results you can give back to the office, basically. And nowadays you can see them focusing at the well-being of employees. They provide training for employees on how to work from home. They provide tips for employees on how to be well physically, mentally, and even spiritually. So you can see that instead of them being very rigid, nowadays they're even more flexible. So many companies are deciding to extend their work from home options. We have companies like Microsoft, PayPal, Amazon. Twitter even decided that some employees can work forever from home if that's an option they would like to have. So, which is very good for companies. Why? Because it's their way of saying that we're helping with the pollution all around the world, because most of employees are working home. Another thing is they are saving on real estate costs, so they don't have to pay rents for offices. When it comes to fresh graduates, I have so many tips regarding CV writings and interviews. You can watch them on my YouTube channel. However, let me give you a few tips right now. First of all, when it comes to CVs, I know you're fresh grads, but I'm very sure that you have worked in companies even for a couple of months. Do write them down in a CV. Even if it was a couple of months, 3-4 months, write them down in a CV. Whenever I get 2 CVs, one with a fresh grad who only mentioned the education, and the other one with a little bit of experience, I will definitely go for the other one, because I would like to know that this person has some sort of experience here and there. This is one thing. Now, when it comes to interviews, I'll give you 3 main tips. One of the tips is an interview actually starts from the minute you get the call. So whenever you get the call, you have to make sure you speak nicely, politely to the person who's on the other line. When I was hiring, I would ask feedback from my team members, and they would always bring me back the CV saying, okay, this person was good. This person was very rude over the phone. This person was very friendly. Please hire her. So I would really put this into consideration, because how we speak to people who are not in charge tells us a lot about ourselves. This is one thing. And the second thing is you have to prepare for your interview. You have to research the company you are going for. You have to know all the information about the company. You have to give the feeling that you're actually choosing this company because this company is special and you're not just looking for a job. Whenever I go to, whenever I have an interview and I ask a person, what do you know about our company? And they will say, nothing, I submitted so many CVs and you gave me a call. I will feel that this person is not serious. This person is just looking for a job, is not actually serious about our company, and the possibility of me choosing him will definitely be lower. The third thing, I would say that never answer your questions, whenever you ask a question, never answer with yes or no. You have to elaborate. For example, if I ask you, what do you know about this particular subject? And you're a fresh grad. You can say, I took this subject at the university. It was very interesting and I really enjoy studying it. Or you can say, I took this subject. It was very interesting and I took an A. Or you can say, my project was related to this subject. Do not just say yes or no. If you know no information about this subject, you can say, I have no information, however, I'll be very interested to know more about it once I join your company. So stay away from just saying yes or no. There are so many ways businesses can prepare for pandemics. Especially nowadays, I think we took a crash course on how to prepare for pandemics. One of the ways is to have a clear policy and procedures on how employees should react whenever we have such pandemic, how a company should react. There should be a team of critical main employees that they report to the senior management on business continuity and how to go on about any of these issues. Another thing is there should be one spokesperson from the company where all employees can go to. What's happening right now is whenever an employee is facing an issue, it's not very clear who to speak to, who to go to. So you have so many people and they're all confused. So there should be one spokesperson. This person is the go-to for all employees. And this person should be able to answer all their questions if they have a technical problem, like an issue with their connection with their laptop or what have you. They have an issue with anything to do with the work environment. This is the right person to go to. The option of working from home should be always ready and be used all the time, so that they'll be comfortable using it. We should always be able to hit the ground running, basically. When it comes to offices, there should be, again, clear policies and procedures on hygiene, on how far you should be from your colleague, and on all of these things. One tip I can give fresh grads as well is the idea of going to work is very important. The experience is very important. So take any opportunity you can get to actually try the work experience, even if it was for free. Actually, you can do it for a month or two. It will give you the experience you need. Another thing is, if you just started to work, no matter how loaded you are, no matter how stressed you are, just take it as a learning experience. I want to give you an example from my own personal experience. When I first joined the company I used to work at, I was an HR executive. After a while, the person who was doing the payroll had to leave immediately, and I had to take over the payroll. And it was a new program I have to use. It was Oracle, and I never used it before. So I was very stressed having to manage my own HR duties plus the payroll. And after a while, the person who was doing the quality assurance resigned, and there was nobody else to take it, so I had to take it as well. So it was very stressful. I didn't get any pay increment, and at some point I was under so much pressure. So I was speaking to my parents, and I was telling them, that's it, I cannot handle it. The answer I had in mind is, okay, just quit. They're not being fair to you. They're using you. You should quit. That's the answer I had in mind. However, my parents just looked at me. My father said, "Are you learning? Is it something? Is it a learning process for you?" And I said yes. And my mother said, "Are you charging you for whatever you're learning?" And I was like, "No, they're not charging me for whatever I'm learning." So they both agreed that I should go on, and that I take it as it's like a training program, basically. Back then I was very upset, and I felt they didn't feel how much agony it is to be working such long hours. But I thank them for it, because I am here for that advice. I took that advice, I worked hard, I worked for long hours, but it gave me the base, it gave me a good solid ground for all the jobs I have taken later on. It's because of the hard work and the experience I got in the beginning, is because of that I could manage all the companies I worked at as startups. So don't think, are they using you? Don't think, are they taking advantage of you? It doesn't matter. If you're learning, if you're actually learning, if you're actually improving, go for it. Take it. Don't shy away. Don't think of anything. Just go ahead and just take it. Never stop learning. The minute you stop learning is the minute you stop living.